Well, from snow to calm to looking at this 1-2 punch, Sean. It looked pretty this morning, and this is just the start for this week, right?
Yeah, this was system one. We knew this was going to be the weaker of the two.
Right.
We've been talking about this storm system for the middle part of the week for a little bit now. Still some uncertainty on exactly how this thing tracks.
Okay.
But we definitely, the confidence is growing that we're going to have some snow out of this.
Get out the shovels.
I think so.
Okay.
Watch this disappearing act here. This is time lapse from Carmel. You know, in some areas, especially across southern and southeastern Indiana, had over 3 inches of snow. When the snow eases and temperatures are above freezing, boom, it doesn't last very long. And as we look at our NDOT cameras here, roads wet, they should stay that way. I do think we'll have to watch bridges and overpasses in the morning, and Chuck and Lindsay will have you covered on sunrise. Just under an inch officially at the National Weather Service office. We're running almost about 9 inches below average. We've only had 5 inches for the entire season. Conceivable that Indy will get that on Wednesday, if not more in some areas. Forecast for your Monday, going to be cloudy, misty in the morning, maybe a few flurries. Should get some peaks of sunshine very late in the day, but enough to boost our temperatures into the middle 30s. So winter storm watches, I fully expect to see these expanded to the northeast to include portions of central Indiana, and eventually they will likely become winter storm warnings because of what's going on across the Four Corners, and that's the latest in these storm systems coming off the Pacific Ocean. So watch as this thing progresses. Moisture will not be a problem with this particular setup. We will have plenty of liquid coming from the atmosphere. The farther south we go, that's when we could get into a mixing bowl scenario, and that makes the confidence for southern Indiana a little lower right now. Please know this is the first snow zone forecast for us. This will definitely change over the next 48 hours. But right now the thinking is somewhere along 70 and points to the north, a 5 to 7 inch band of snowfall where we have medium to high confidence. I have low confidence south of 70 because, again, we may get into some mixing and some rain, and that would cut down totals. If this track goes farther south, then everything's going to be mostly snow, and that ups the ante here. So again, we'll fine tune it, but the idea is that Wednesday is going to be a sloppy travel day. All right, this is by midnight Wednesday. We're going to start to see the snow overspread central Indiana. It will come down heavy at times. The question mark again, during the day Wednesday, does the low get close enough to 70 to where we see some of that mixing that we talk about? The odds of that happening farther north and northwest are lower. That's why the confidence is higher for higher snow amounts there. One thing I want to point out too is that when the snow does ease up, temperatures will be near and maybe a degree above freezing, and that is completely different if you recall the system that we had late December. This will not be a cold setup. And that means when the snow does ease up, it becomes a little easier to manage for the road crews. So by the time we get into Thursday, the roads may be completely clear in a lot of areas. All right, so we'll see how that works out. But that's the big difference compared to late December. Arriving sometime around midnight, moderate to heavy at times. It's going to be snowy and slick travel for the Wednesday morning commute into the early afternoon. And as I mentioned here, it will be a wet and heavy snow. That band of 5 inches plus most likely along and north of I-70. So expect updates from us and expect winter storm watches probably by the time you wake up tomorrow morning for this storm system coming in on Wednesday. It's followed up by snow showers Thursday, and then we've got another system, though we may be on the warmer side of that track as we head into the second half of the weekend. Busy times ahead for sure.
Definitely. All right, Sean, we'll keep track. Thank you.